Hey guys, what is going on today? BOJoeKO here, bringing you guys a little bit of an update in our NHL YouTubers and Twitch streamers fantasy hockey league. I know I haven't done a fantasy league update for you guys in a long time. I think it's since maybe week 4 or week 5 I've haven't given you guys a little bit of an update, but we're getting near the end of the season and things are really starting to heat up here in the Fantasy Hockey League. I stopped doing the updates because many of you guys weren't really watching the videos all too much, so I'd rather think I'd just do some update videos every now and then. But yeah, the league is really heating up as of lately. So I think in this update video for you guys, I'm just going to show you the standings, show you my team, how it has changed a bit since the last time you guys saw the last fantasy update video, and I'll show you guys exactly what is in store for the rest of the team as we go into the final weeks here. So if I go check out the scoreboard this week, I believe we are, whoops, don't want to check out the box score. I wanted to go check out the matchups. Yeah, so we're on week 19 for the matchup, meaning that including this week, there's only 4 more matchups in the regular season to go before this fantasy league ends, and then we start the playoffs. So let's go and check out the standings now, shall we, as we go check out both the Hut division and the EASHL division. So in the Hut division, I believe every single player is still in this league, except I believe Slime dropped out. His name got changed over to Richard Heads, so he's in control of that team right now. And I believe Miller Time Game has stopped in the league as well. So those 2 guys are out, but everybody else is still in. So leading the Hut division right now is Best NHL Clips with a record of 14-4. Right behind him, 2 games back, is the Clapperton with 12-6. Miller Time Game right there at 7-10-1. Parento Guidance, coached by B Synced, is at 7-11. Gritada, which used to be Slime Man's team, is now being controlled by Richard Head, 5-13. Mainly, he's not adding or dropping any players. He's just mainly setting the lineups for him. And then in last place, 9 games back, Duke's Shikandomi at Canadian Duke at 5-13 as well. So Clips does have a very good lead here this week. Basically, I think if he wins this week and Clapperton loses, fairly certain that he will win the Hut division, because I don't think there's any way Clappy can catch him if he loses this week with 3 weeks to go. Well, technically he could tie him, but I think Best NHL Clips has the season series over Clapperton. So that's what the Hut division looks like. And if we go into the EASHL division, a little bit of a tighter race here, but mainly 3 guys, it's only really 2 people competing for the top spot here in the EASHL division. So in first place, Just Druid, coached by yours truly, is in first once again with a record of 14-4. I was in second for a long period of time. I was even in third at one point, but I jumped back up in the first. Everly Hills Cop, coached by Richard Head, is in second with a record of 11-6-1. He's only 2.5 games back though. Spence Angles and Deke are both tied for third with a record of 9-9. The Real Sykes down there in fifth with a record of 8-10. And then X-Tech down there all the way at the bottom with a record of 6-12. So as you guys can see, we do have a money prize for a couple of things in this league. I believe it is for the person who ends off the regular season with the best record gets $100. And then the top 4 teams make it into the playoffs, which means that I'm pretty sure it'll be the top 2. Well, pretty much it's just the 4 best records, or the top 2 players from each division will make the playoffs. And I think the winner of the playoffs gets maybe 50, or the 2 people that get into the finals are 50. I'm not really sure, but I think it's it might be 250. I think it's $100 for the winner and then $50 for second place. I'm not really sure how it works, but yeah. So far, myself and Robbie are competing for the best record right now with 11-4. I think the playoff matchups are pretty much determined. I think it's going to be Robbie, myself, Clapperton, and Richard Head go into the playoffs unless Spence or Deke actually just make a miraculous kind of comeback here with 4 weeks left to go. I don't know if I play Spence or Deke at all, but if they have any matchups against some of the guys higher up in the division, then they might have a chance to maybe make some noise. But for right now, it's kind of looking like it's going to be those 4 guys going into the playoffs. And as you guys can see here, in comparison to Robbie so far, I do have him beat in almost every category. I'm pretty sure he took the first game of the series, though, against me. So if we end off the regular season tied, I'm not sure how we will determine that, if we just go by season series matchup or if by total stats. But my players have him beaten goals and assists. He does have 10 more power play goals than me. I have a lot more power play assists, 3 shorties, shorthanded assists, more game-winning goals. He has 2 more hat tricks than I do. More shots on net, more hits. But so far, he's riding a 3-game win streak. I'm riding a 6-game win streak right now. And Austin, who was pretty good high up in the league, was leading our division for a while, but he's on a 3-game losing streak right now. So that really made myself jump up there to the top. So let's go show you guys my team, how much it has changed since the beginning of the year. And as you guys can see, I got Zetterberg and Nyquist going on right now because I didn't know the Red Wings and the Islanders game was going on at this moment, but it is. So as you guys can see, I still have Patrick Kane on here, and I was really loving the fact that Patrick Kane went on that really long point streak there. I mean, that was really amazing. He was helping me win games so much, got me almost fantasy points every single night. So when Patrick Kane had that long ass point streak, it was really benefiting me really well. Zeddy has been, he's kind of a on and off kind of person. He hasn't gotten hurt at all this year, which is nice to see. So he's been playing in a lot of games. He has those breakout nights. Some nights he won't perform all too well, but Zay's still been a pretty good addition to the squad. Nyquist, I was contemplating moving Gustav Nyquist down, or maybe just getting rid of him on the team altogether. But then again, he's the same thing as Zetterberg. He'll have 3 quiet games and then he'll just break out for a 5 or 6 point fantasy night for the squad. So he's still maintaining on the team for right now, but as we get closer to the nitty-gritty here, I might contemplate dropping him off because his point production is definitely down since Larkin has taken over his top spot, and he's down the 3rd line, I believe, so he's not getting that much playing time anymore. James Neal, still a pretty good addition to the squad. I think he's been pretty good for us right now. He's gotten 4 points in his last 6 games for me right now. Neal's been playing good. He's on that top line with, I believe, Forsberg and Johansson. So, yeah, he's still been putting in the work. He gets the goals. He gets the assists. He also puts up a lot of shots on goal and a lot of hits. So that's pretty good. As you guys can see here, I have Dale Weiss on the squad right now because he got moved up to the 1st line, I believe, in Montreal. Ever since the Canadians have been struggling, Dale Weiss, I think, was on the top line with Pacioretty and who was he on the top with? Pacioretty and Plekanec, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but yeah, he was getting points pretty well so far. He's another guy I'm contemplating on dropping every now and then, but he's playing Arizona tonight, so I think the Canadians will have a nice chance here to get something done with that. Ever since the Florida Panthers went on a little bit of a tear, I had to pick up Jonathan Huberdeau because he was tearing it up with Jaromir Jagr, and Huberdeau was definitely putting up the point totals. Hasn't gotten many in the past couple of games, but he's still putting up a pretty decent amount of points. Panthers are still playing very, very well. So he's definitely getting up the points there, especially working up on that top line with Barkov and Jagr. Defenseman now, on my roster for right now. Tyson Barrie, very good addition. He's on that power play for the Colorado Avalanche, so definitely had to pair him up there. Ryan Suter has been a very good addition to my team this year. Not only does he put up shots on net and hits, he does get a lot of power. He gets a lot of power play assists. So Suter is definitely a guy who I want to definitely keep around here. He's getting the power play points, which is nice to see. I picked up Nick Holden because he was actually on a really nice little point streak he was going on. He's kind of like a defensive defenseman, but I think he's on the 2nd power play unit for Colorado as well. So Holden definitely gets me some points there. I picked up Matthias Ekholm just as of recently. So I think Ekholm, ever since they traded away Seth Jones, I think he gets top 4 minutes now and power play time. So Ekholm definitely saw a little bit of a point total increase. So that's the reason I picked up Matthias Ekholm. And then obviously rounding off the roster I have set for right now for today, Old Man Jagr. Gotta love him, man. Still putting up the points. Still putting up the points on that Florida Panthers team. And, he has those breakout games when the Florida Panthers play well. And, keeping this guy around for a good bit if Florida is going to make a playoff run. So, sitting on the bench right now, Erik Karlsson. I mean, guy's unreal. Guy's unreal. I swear to God, this guy just puts up assists like it's nobody's business. Hasn't gotten a goal since that Buffalo game on the 26th of January. And then just look at the assists, like 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 1. Crazy. Crazy point totals that Erik Karlsson puts up. Anze Kopitar. He had a hat trick the other day, so I got 13.3 points from him on the 12th against the Rangers. So Kopitar had a very slow start, and I was definitely on the bridge of trading him or just dropping him to free agency, but probably was just going to trade him. But the Kings have their knack of just playing really well when it comes down to it near the trade deadline, and as the playoff push comes, LA Kings just really start to turn it up. And ever since the Kings made that trade for Luke Schenn and Vinny Lecavalier, Kings have been playing very well as of recently, and Kopitar is definitely a part of that. Scheifele got hurt for a little bit, but ever since he's come back, he had 4 straight games with a point when he came back from a long injury. It's kind of slowed up a little bit right now, but I expect Scheifele to still pick it up on that Winnipeg Jets team, even though the Winnipeg Jets are not really a good team right now. You know, Scheifele still puts up points for them. He's on the top line, I believe. If not the top line, I think second line. But yeah, Scheifele still puts up the points. Zibanejad apparently is day-to-day right now. Did not practice the Monday due to an illness. Still a day away. He should be back by Tuesday's game. So Zibanejad has been day-to-day. As you guys can see with my team, I have a little plan and act. I have like a pair of players for each team. Like I have defensive pair in Colorado, Florida pair, Yager and Huberdeau, Nyquist and Zetterberg, Kane and Hossa as we get down to it. So as you guys can see, I have like a pair of players for every team. Neal and Ekholm. I have like a pair of players to go with each team. So as long as the team is playing good, you know, hope to expect those pairs to get good. But Zibanejad was pretty good. I picked him up late. As you guys can see, I don't have Drew Stafford on the team anymore. Dropped him off. Zibanejad was playing very well. And if Erik Karlsson gets points, more than likely Zibanejad is going to get points as well. So he's had a 2-assist game against the Blue Jackets last time. So hopefully he'll continue to pick it up here. Hopefully he will be ready to play on Tuesday. And then just recently, Marian Hossa got added to the injury reserve list. He's going to miss multiple weeks, apparently. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be dropping players like crazy this week, so to get the maximum amount of points. So, Hossa is going to miss a couple of weeks right there. You know, he was having some off games. He had like a nice little stretch of 2 or 3 games in a row, but, you know, he still puts up the 1 point every now and then. He is playing on the top pair, I believe, with Taser, and who's he on the top pair with? Jonathan Toews, and I forget who else is on that top line with Jonathan Toews, but Hossa was definitely putting up points for a good bit, slowed down, has those slow paces once again like Zetterberg, but you expect that. He's like 37, 38 years old, so you kind of expect that. He'll be on injury reserve for a good bit. I'm going to be dropping players like crazy. And then my tendies. Tendies have been playing very well for me. Okay, I can't get Corey Crawford's stats up right now, nor can I get Corey Schneider's stats up right now. Can I get the news feeds? Transactions? No. News, video, overview. No, I can't. Okay, so whatever. Corey Crawford has been tearing it up for me as of late. He's getting, I mean, the Blackhawks are playing well as of recently. Well, they're kind of on a losing streak, aren't they, right now? They've been struggling a little bit, but Crawford still puts in work when he's in the net, gets wins, gets a lot of shutouts. He's got me a good bit of shutouts this year, so I thank Corey Crawford for that. Schneider, Devils just find ways to win games. That's all I can say. Schneider finds ways to win games, and the Devils find a way to win games. So that's why I picked him up. And then since I had to move Marian Hossa to injury reserve, I picked up Mike Condon for tonight because he's playing the Arizona Coyotes. And even though the Canadians have been struggling a good bit, I think Condon can get a win out of the Coyotes tonight because Arizona's having some trouble scoring goals. So I think Condon can hopefully get the Canadians to a victory tonight. So that's what my team looks like right now. And as you guys can see for the matchups this week, I'm playing Robbie. Yeah, I play best NHL clips this week. So both 14 and 4 teams are matching up here with 4 weeks left to go in the Fantasy League. Basically, it doesn't mean whoever wins this matchup is going to win that $100 prize for the season's end, but you definitely get an increased chance of winning that $100 because if you lose that game, whoever loses this game gets they get 1 game behind that person. So. And like I said, I don't know what the season series is between me and Robbie. I think, let me see, if I go back and check. Okay, so Clappy beat me that week 6. Did I beat Robbie or not? No, that was the week against Deke that I blew. I beat Spence there in 7. I want to see over that matchup against Robbie. Okay, he beat me. He beat me that week. So technically, I think if we go down to season series, I think Robbie will take the season series over me if he does beat me this week. So if I lose, I'm going to have a better record by him in the next 4 weeks. So I'm going to have to hope for the best that somebody can beat him if I fail to lose to him so far this week. So I need some big games out of my players this week. The other matchups is, what else? It's Slime's team versus Deke. B-Sync versus Duke, Canadian Duke. Real Sykes versus Richard Head. X-Tech versus Clapperton. And Spence Dangles versus Miller Time games. So it's going to be a very, very intense week here in fantasy with 4 weeks left to go. Who does Robbie play for the next 4 weeks? Let's see. Does he have any big matchups? Let's see. He plays Miller. Okay, so that might be an easy win for him there. He then plays... Slime's team, which could be an easy win for him. And then the final week, he plays Clapperton. So that couldn't be a game right there. But I also play Austin the final week as well. So I need Austin to lose a couple weeks. I need myself to continue this win streak going. So it's going to be a very, very interesting last couple of weeks here in the Fantasy League for sure. So that's all I got for you guys today. You know, I just got to have faith in my team. I got to have faith that this team can pull it through. I need the team to definitely come in clutch here. And we'll see what they can do here as we move closer. 4 weeks left as we go into the playoffs. So thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe as always. Let me know if there's any other fantasy stuff that you guys want me to talk about. But getting down to the nitty-gritty right here, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next time.